Welcome back to Bodfari here in the beautiful Vale of Clwyd, where our second group of handlers are about to compete for the second qualifying heat of sheepdog trials here at Away with Dogs. In this second series, we'll see 15 of the world's top sheepdog handlers competing for a place in the grand final, but ultimately to become the Away with Dogs champion. Here's a reminder of how our first three handlers got on in Group 1. I, for one, can't wait to see our next group. This is our amazing second group of handlers. They are Alastair Lytle from Northern Ireland, Bryn Davis from North Wales, and Angie Driscoll from South Wales. But before we watch them compete, here's a reminder of the course.
The handler can choose to either send the dog to the left or the right. The dog wants to go on a pear-shaped outrun and land at the point of balance at the back of the sheep. The next part is the lift, which is the first contact between the dog and the sheep. The fetch wants to be as straight as possible from the line of picking the sheep up to the handler's post, aiming for a tight anti-clockwise turn to start the first leg of the drive. Straight drive between the obstacle gates and a tight turn to start the cross drive. A straight cross drive to go behind the cross drive obstacle and draw the sheep back through the centre and a straight line back into the shedding ring. Once in the shedding ring, the handler has to shed 2 uncollared sheep and keep them apart from the other 3. The handler then regroups the sheep and proceeds to the pen. On penning the sheep, the gate must be shut. The sheep are then brought out of the pen back into the shedding ring, and the handler has to single 1 red collared sheep. The handler has to hold the single to the judge's satisfaction, and they will call it, and that will be the end of the run. 30 minutes are allowed for the course.
So with me is Group 2 and it is time for the draw. So Angie up first. What number do you have? 2, second place. How do you feel about that?
Terrific, yeah.
Good. It's a good place to go. First.
Yeah, happy with that.
Yeah? Fine with being first? Yeah. Good. Confident?
I guess
That's what we
I'll be
like.
number 3.
And third. Yeah, is that good for you?
Yeah, quite happy there, yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, best of luck today and let's get to it. Thank you.
Good.
The first handler in our second group of qualifying trials is Bryn Davis. Bryn lives on the family farm in Bryn Davis in North Wales and has been trialling for over 30 years. He's won some of the toughest hill trials in the country, including the famous Deer Play, Vivod and Abercero trials, while also earning 3 Welsh national caps. Bryn gives a lot back to the sport by helping to stage many trials and is always happy to lend a hand to newcomers. He has also managed to produce a very good handler, his son, Arwen, who took part in Series 1 of Away with Dogs. If you'd like to find out more about Bryn and how he started trialling, take a look at his Meet the Handler interview on our website. Look out for the link at the end of this film. Bryn literally stepped in at the last minute to compete here, so we wish him every success. He's running his 3-year-old dog, Lad.
Bryn Davis now come to the post, run number 4. Nice left-hand outrun here. Bryn is a reserve today. He wasn't expected to run. They'd asked him to let the sheep out because he's such a good stockman, and one handler hadn't turned up. So Bryn very kindly stepped in. Over 50 open trials to his name. He didn't even come dressed for the occasion. Great start there. Nice fetch. Lad is a son of Robert Ellis's Merc, who was reserve supreme champion himself. Very capable handler, Bryn. Nice line there through the fetch gates. Keeping them together. Off the podium. I think this is the best idea with these lighter sheep. Whistling quietly. Just 4 points lost on that fetch. This is a very good start. Good turn. There's a straight line there for starting. Tucked in behind them, just on the edge, keeping them on line. Trotting them along. Straight through the obstacle. Fast dog this. Slightly wide turn. Very responsive. Slowed them down. Bit of a growl at him to stand. Left hand flank there to put them on line. Just, that's it, slightly low. Was going to come this side of the obstacle. Got them back on line there. Odd point going. Lad thought he was going to be letting sheep out all day. He's entered the main arena and he's doing really well. Bit high there. Odd point going. Keep him going, keep him going. That's better. Straighter line. A lot of people forget this line back from the last obstacle to the centre of the ring. Needs to put them back on line. Slightly off line there. Mustn't go in the ring before the sheep arrive. They're in the ring now, so Bryn could make his move. 15 points off the drive there. Points will have gone on that cross drive line. Careful not to go out the ring. Yeah, just I think he was through before those sheep went. Boss them. Yeah, the judges saw it, took a point apiece off. Wants to regroup these sheep. Got them there nicely. Regroup before proceeding to the pen. Always more professional seeing it done in the ring.
stand, we, stand, we, stand,
Bryn using the
stand,
stand command rather than the lie down. Some
stand,
handlers do that, some use stop,
stand, we, stand, we,
as
stand,
long as you get the desired effect.
stand, we, stand, stand, stand,
Well,
come by,
he's shown how penning should be done.
come by,
Well done, Bryn.
stand, 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 stand,
Practical shepherd there.
stand, 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 come by, stand, 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 come by, stand, stand, lad, we, stand,
I'm going to take a red collared one off now.
come by, stand, stand,
Giving this dog commands, but he's not taking them because he knows what's expected. He knows there's a single to come off.
come by, stand, 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 we, stand, get on there, stand,
Little growl, just tell him to behave and not draw onto the sheep. Keep those square flanks. Oof!
stand,
I think he just stopped them before they went out.
come by, stand, stand,
She's there at the front, he's trying to get her.
come by, stand, stand, come in, you, stand,
Just turn back to look at the others.
come by,
Yep,
come by,
3 points
come
off.
by,
Didn't come in like a bullet, but well done, Bryn.
That was an excellent run by Bryn, dropping just a total of 25 points, mostly on the drive. What a good run, and at such short notice too. Up next to run is Angie Driscoll. Angie's path to trialling is rather unconventional. From running a very successful marketing business in Canada with no farming or dog experience to winning the 2017 Welsh National Championships. She and her husband Kelvin followed their dream to move to the UK in 2007 to trial dogs and ultimately bought a farm in Carmarthenshire in 2010. Since then, Angie has made the Wales national team 7 times and was a finalist in the 2017 International Supreme Championship. Angie regularly travels extensively across the world to give training clinics when she isn't either farming, trialling or training at home. To find out more about Angie, follow the link at the end of this film to watch her Meet the Handler interview on our website. Today, Angie is competing with her young homebred dog, Kinloch Massey.
Next to run is Dr. Angie Driscoll. Due to a technical fault, we didn't get the start of a run, but the judges did. And she's had a perfect start here with Kinloch Massey. Lovely little dog by Serge van der Sweep's Gary from Holland. Bringing these sheep very nicely and quietly down here on the fetch. Very responsive. Her mother was Meg, the Welsh national champion. Come off the podium now. Massey bringing them quietly. Just 2 points off the fetch there. This is trialling. Keeping them quiet as she comes around the post. talking very quietly to her, not upsetting anything, getting them back online. Slight little bolt there, odd point going, nothing too drastic. And she's been very successful with the dogs over the years, has over 65 open trial wins. Working away nicely down the first leg of the drive. Little bend, but still in that channel. Nothing drastic. Now the turn. Slightly wide, but no one's going to risk a really tight one in case they come in front of the hurdle. Trotting along, nice pace. Just quiet whistles there from Angie. Just turning them away. Point gone there, seeing the back sides. Now back on, just quietly taking these sheep round the course. Behind the tree and the telegraph pole. And a nice turn in there, aiming for the centre of the ring. Bit more right, that's it, back there. Kinloch Massey working well, not upsetting the sheep. Keeping them nice and quiet, wanting them to spread out. And you can now move into the ring. Only 8 points dropped, and that would be mainly for seeing the sheep come towards us and go away from us on the cross drive. Just working away. She got the two at the back there. There it is. And the Massey's in well. Yep, great shed. Ooh, bit tight there, but that's not part of the competition. Massey just reminding the sheep that he's in charge. Working away quietly and professionally, not wanting to spook these Lleyn sheep. This is looking good. Angie very athletic and quick, so is the dog. She's got them well done. Oh, point off each. 2 points dropped. Don't think it'll matter in the great scheme of things. She's having such a good run. One red collared one to get off now. Angie very good at getting close to sheep and not upsetting them. Some handlers can do that. She's just going to work this one away nicely. Excellent, excellent. Judges called it, and a clean single. Well done, Angie.
What a great run by Angie and Massey. Just a total of 12 points dropped, so I'm sure Angie will be really pleased. What a challenge she set for the other handlers. The third handler in this group is Alastair Lytle. Alistair is one of Ireland's leading trialists. He started working dogs at the tender age of 6 and was trialling at just 8 years of age. Alistair lives on the family farm in Kesh, County Fermanagh, and was introduced to the world of sheepdogs by his father, David Lytle, a well-known handler himself. Alistair has competed very successfully for over 25 years, earning 12 national caps. In 2017, he became Irish national and reserve national champion with his 2 dogs, and then went on to qualify both to run in the final of the Supreme. Alistair is a respected judge in the UK and overseas. He's judged at the Continental and the World Trials. Alistair is also the current Irish national president of the ISDS. Follow the link at the end of this film to watch Alistair's Meet the Handler interview on our website. Today, Alistair is running his 2017 national champion dog, Scott.
And here we have Alastair Lytle with Scott. Alistair being 12 times in the Irish team, Irish national champion with this dog, and he is line bred to my old jock, a very famous son of one of Ceri Rundle's dogs, bred by herself. This is Scott taking a nice outrun. He's quite a full-on dog. Stopped him on the point of balance. 1 point to judge off for the lift. That's because he just came slightly downhill before turning them straight. Alistair got them under control nicely, keeping the dog downhill, counteract any of that swinging by the sheep to miss the obstacle. He's learnt from the handlers before him, can't afford to lose points there. It's going to be a tight competition. Keeping the dog away from them. Alistair going to get off the podium, I think. A little bit of a growl there. Nothing nasty meant, he just has to control this dog.
Stand.
Alistair from Northern Ireland, you can tell by his brogue. Looks as though he's going to rub the paint off this podium. Just going for a tight turn. 9 points off the fetch. Sheep are just peering at the dog here, going back towards him. Just losing a few points here. It's not sweet. It needs to be a nice turn round the post all in one motion. But sometimes these fleeing sheep won't allow you to do that. Couple points gone there. Wildish turn. He's going to put them back online now. Bit of weaving. That's nice, back in line there. Alistair reminding Scott that he's in control of the buttons, and when he wants stopping, he needs to stop. Turn there now. Good turn there. Well done, Alistair. A lot of dog here by the look of it, and Alistair holding him back. Not really stopping on that stop whistle, so he's reinforcing the stand. Not too bad a line. Quite high. Point there, going a bit too high. Be very careful here just to tootle them down in between the obstacles. I'll miss it the other side if he's not careful. Well done. Odd point going. Bit of a right there. That's it. Get them back online. We'll see how he gets on in the ring with a dog of this calibre. Alistair not been very well for the last 2 or 3 days. Suffering from man flu. Gentling Scott on to get the sheep into the ring.
Stand. Keep. Stand. Stand. Come on out. Stand. Stand. Keep. Right. Stand. Stand.
15 points dropped on the driving. That last obstacle, a lot would have gone. And on the cross drive.
Keep. Stand. Stand.
looking at his watch. Got to try and make things happen here. It doesn't happen for you very often. We're in the ring quite a while, when nothing much happened. They just wouldn't part and couldn't get Scott in the right place. So a fair bit of time has gone already. Attempt after attempt, but the wrong sheep went. Shedding never easy, especially when you're not feeling very well. Knows his times are really going. It's been here a long time trying to shed. There's a reminder to keep away. Scott doesn't really get offended at anything. Went a bit pear-shaped again. Time really going now. Two there. Just tightening up a bit and upsetting the sheep. They were there, but the dog went the wrong way. More time lost. Alistair going to try his best and dive in. Yeah, I think the judges were kind to him there, but I think time was going anyway. Oh, look, Alistair. No points for the single either, or the pen.
A very difficult, uncompleted round for Alistair, as the sheep just wouldn't settle to Scott, and consequently, a lot of points were dropped. Never mind Alistair, who I'm sure will accept that's trialling. So, looking at the final scores of these three runs, it's interesting to see how all three were judged to have perfect outruns and near perfect lifts. So I'm here with Group 2, who set a very high standard. Bryn, you were up first. How did you find the course today?
Yeah, course is good. I had a good start. I had a few problems on the cross drive. I'm not sure if the dog couldn't hear or didn't want to hear. But the cross drive wasn't as I planned. Quite a good shed, good pen. The single was okay. So yeah, I'm happy.
I think you're being very modest. It looked very impressive from where I was stood. So well done.
Thank you very much.
Angie, you were up next.
Yes.
You were Welsh champion last year, is
That's
that right?
right, yep.
How did today compare to that? I mean, you looked very calm and confident.
Well, yeah, it's a terrific course that we have here, and the sheep were just as good as they were at the Welsh National last year. And I'm pleased with how my dog ran, so yeah, it's been a great day so far.
Well, congratulations. I thought Massey did a really good job.
Thank you.
And last but by no means least, Alistair, how did you find it today?
Yeah, it was a very good course and good sheep. Had quite a good start, struggled a little bit on the drive, and then came to the shed and just really struggled to get them to split and get the shed. I just got it in the end, but we were out of time.
And you were Irish national champion last year, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
And so do you find you get nervous with these types of events, or are you well practiced now?
I suppose we've kind of matured over the years and it doesn't be too bad now.
Well, I thought you kept your cool, and it was a very exciting second run, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Mike, Group 2, we had Bryn, Angie and Alistair. Really high standard, very exciting to watch. What were your thoughts?
It just gets better and better every time. I mean, Bryn, he's an experienced Welsh handler. He came out first. All the expectations were on him and he delivered. Then Angie came along. She speaks with a foreign accent. She's a Welsh champion. Superb run she put up, excellent. And then finally we had an Irish champion in Alastair Lytle, and he's just got a bit too much dog for these sort of Welsh sheep, and it went a bit pear-shaped when he came back into the shedding ring, and those girls there thought, we're sticking as a group, we are not parting. And he came to grief, but everyone had their heads held high and they all walked away. Yeah, great.
Yeah, fantastic, thank you. Well, should we go and meet the third group that's running today?
Yes, okay.
So let's add these scores onto the scoreboard. The next 9 handlers now know what they have to do in order to secure one of just 6 places in the semi-final. This has been another great day trialling, so join us for programme 3 to watch Group 3 and their dogs compete on this course here in Bodfari.